The first time I saw this '04 Mach 1, it was sitting in a wrecking yard. It had been totaled in an accident and it was being sold for $1,500. The car had 179,000 miles on it, and it looked like it was in pretty good shape except for the fact that the whole front of it was smashed in and the side was destroyed. In these pictures it doesn't look as bad because the pieces were collected and the car was somewhat put back together by someone who was trying to fix it up and then flip it. You can see the back here was pretty messed up. The rear axle was bent. It was twisted pretty good. There really wasn't much hope left for this car, but then I saw some Facebook ads of somebody who had got the car looking for parts for it to make it run again. So I was excited that somebody was going to fix up this car. They actually did get a GT axle for the car. The engine looked pretty good. You can see the raw aluminum valve covers that proves it's an '04, and the interior was actually really nice. The back seats looked really good. They were a little bit dirty, but the front seats actually looked really good for the mileage especially. There wasn't too much wear on them. The Mach 1 seats have what they call comfort weave. It's that ribbed area there, and on the part where you sit it actually gets pretty flat no matter the mileage. You know, low mileage cars, that part gets pretty flat. So those seats actually look pretty good for what they are, especially with the mileage. Each side of the car had some pretty significant damage, but it was a running and driving car at this point. The car looked pretty decent overall though for the price, and the trunk lid was peeling, so it wasn't perfect. But the rest of the car overall looked pretty good. The bumper gap was messed up now. The car really was in pretty poor shape. They were asking $3,000 trying to sell the car for what it was. If you look closely, you'll notice where the Mach 1 wheels ended up. So these were on the car when it was originally for sale, and now this owner has taken them and put these other black ones on. It had this really nice clutch on it, a McLeod clutch, which I found interesting because when they got the car it was whole, and the person who was fixing it up was taking the transmission off, but most likely just to get some good parts off it, even though this seemed to have stayed with the car. So anyway, the sad thing about the story is the car was sold, and the person who bought the car has now decided to part it out, and they're selling everything they can off it, taking things for themselves, which, you know, I know is a way of saving money because you can get a lot of parts all at once for a low price. But it's really sad to see that this car was saved at one point from the wrecking yard, but now it's getting parted out and it will be gone. So another Mach 1 gone. These cars are rare in number. They're getting pretty old, and it's sad to see them getting parted out like this. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. It's a sad story. The car is being parted out, but of course, you know, its parts will live on in the future. But anyway, stay tuned for more of these stories. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already on here, and thanks for watching.